Hi guys, and welcome to today's video, which will be based on MetallicGear NEO QUBE case. Now, you might have seen my time-lapse video with it. If you didn't, the link is below, so go and check it out. But what is the difference? What is so special about this case? Many of you will most likely compare it to a Lian Li PC-O11 Dynamic, but I'll tell you why. So stay tuned and watch the video till the end to get a glimpse of the NEO QUBE. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, today we're going to talk about MetallicGear NEO QUBE case, which has interesting functionality, interesting design, and most of all, an interesting price. So what's up with the design and functionality? It can accommodate two motherboards. Basically, on front you can place a standard ATX motherboard, and at the back you can place a miniITX board. And what's that all about? I mean, having two boards in one case, what could it be? Well, they designed this case basically for gamers and streamers, giving the possibility for every, let's say, streamer or gamer that wants to start an affordable case where they can place an ATX board with the power punch of a processor or a graphic card, and at the back they can place a miniITX with additional processor, of course, and the capture card, because it can fit really nicely at the back. Now, all in all, you do need a special power supply to power up everything. For instance, I used the Vantex Revolt X power supply with 1200 watts, which has a separate ATX power supply, so separate 24-pin connector, separate EPS connector, and additionally you don't need a power supply for the capture card. Now, when we're talking about the design, it does resemble a lot to Lian Li PC-O11 Dynamic, and I can't deny that the front really looks the same. But when you take into consideration the fact that I was talking to one modder and he said it's a different thing when you copy somebody and it looks exactly the same, just maybe different color or something similar to that. But if you add some extra functionality to something or some model or something that the original one didn't have, then it's something advanced. If you advance something and make it even better, then we have something new. Basically, I'm not denying that the cases look the same, but the backside does have a special compartment for the miniITX board. And the best thing of all, you can manage your cables quite nicely, as you can see, because it has the back bracket for additional SSDs or hard drives, and you can mount or you can hide the cables right there. When we're talking about some certain details, specifications and stuff like that, you can place a 360 radiator on bottom, 360 radiator on top, and 360 radiator on the side. In my situation, I placed the FLT 240 reservoir plus D5 pump from EK water blocks, just to get more space on the right front side where basically the pipes go, and giving me more space to rearrange the pipes. Taking into consideration that the Lian Li PC-O11 Dynamic is mainly based for water cooling, this case has, well, let's say a slight not negative thing, but something that is missing, and that thing is the white of the case. By giving you a possibility to place the miniITX at the back, they sacrificed the front side, and that means if you're going, for instance, like I did with the RTX 2080 Super Gaming X Trio, the pipes and the place where you mount the pipes and fittings on the graphic card sticks out if the graphic card is horizontally. If you place it vertically, you just need to know how to bend the pipes to manage something like that. But all in all, imagine that, having a case for streaming and gaming and having two motherboards for $100 euros, and giving a possibility to manage a water cooling build and getting a capture card right at the back, having just processor running everything all together. Now, design and the whole idea of removing the panels is practically very easy. You just have to remove the top panel with 2 thumb screws and you pop out 2 tempered glass and the backside as well. Dust filters are covering the backside, the 2 parts where you have the power supply and the CPU cooler on the miniITX board, and the one is for the radiator if you decide to put it sideways. You have one at the bottom and one at the top for the radiators or fans, depending if you're going for air cooling or AIO or custom liquid loop. Now, since I did a time-lapse video with the NEO QUBE white case, I do have to mention that it would really stick out if the rims around the tempered glass were also in white, and that will give a certain, let's say, visual aspect to the whole case. Everything else looks really nice, clean. The final finish and the material is quite nice. It's not as thick as some other cases, but you do have to take into consideration that under the hood of MetallicGear you have a Fantex factory doing the case, and that gives you some sort of reliability of quality and design. So all in all, I think this is a really nice case for streamers, gamers that don't want to spend a lot of money buying 2 cases or one extremely expensive case where they can place, as I said, 2 motherboards, capture card, graphic card and all the other stuff. You could easily go with the NEO QUBE and manage the chimney effect, maybe add additional radiator at the side, and basically have a very subtle, nice looking case with a great cooling because of the chimney effect, and giving you some possibilities for more space around your gaming environment, desk or setup. As for the temperatures, I didn't test the temperatures just because I went with full custom loop, and that doesn't give you a standard temperatures when gaming or streaming, just because it's a custom loop. It always goes lower than the standard AIOs or the standard air cooling, but all in all it does have a nice capacity to cool your components. Basically, I forgot to mention that you could go up to eATX motherboard. For the front I/O panel, you have 2 USBs 3.0, 1 USB 3.1 generation 2 type C, you have a microphone and headphone header, you have d-rgb mode button, you have d-rgb color button, reset and power button as well, giving you a possibility to adjust the RGB, because you do get an RGB strip right on front of the case, which does look really nice. As I mentioned, for the graphic card and the pipes going outside of the case, this is the reason. The CPU cooler height clearance is 148 millimeters, cable management distance is 9 centimeters, and graphic card length is 425 millimeters with the power supply going up to 275. Now, when I mentioned radiator support, the only way you can place a 280 radiator is at the top. On the side it's only 360 and on the bottom is 360. So basically I think that's enough. You can place 360 radiators in this case, and managing everything quite alright. When we're talking about the fans, I use MetallicGear's Kiron 120 d-rgb fans, which do look nice, as you can see from the close-ups, and that's about it. When we're talking about altogether conclusion and everything, the front does resemble definitely to Lian Li PC-O11 Dynamic. But when you take into consideration that the backside has an additional support for miniITX motherboard with the possibility to mount PCI Express caption card with lower dimensions, so low profile PCI Express bracket, that kind of does give an advantage to this case. All in all, great price, great functionality, great design without a doubt, because we're already used to it. And yeah guys, I mean, this is it. If you're really interested in this kind of case, and if you're actually really looking forward to getting your stream build in the same build as the gaming build, this is a way to go without a doubt. not just to use extra space on your desk and having only one build for two computers. So guys, I'll put the links below for the MetallicGear NEO QUBE case with the black and white version. You can check them out, and of course MetallicGear's Kiron d-rgb fans as well. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, of course, and don't forget to subscribe if you still didn't. Bye bye.